Cristiano Ronaldo, one of the most iconic names in football history, a player whose career has spanned continents, records and generations. Yet when was Ronaldo's actual peak? Was it during his Manchester United days, the higher profile, record-breaking years at Real Madrid, or the later stages where his longevity and adaptation became remarkable? The 2007-8 breakthrough season. Cristiano Ronaldo's 2007-8 season with Manchester United stands as one of the most iconic individual campaigns in modern football history. At just 22 years old, the Portuguese forward transcended from a promising talent into a global superstar, delivering staggering performances that led United to both domestic and European glory. Across all competitions, Ronaldo scored a remarkable 42 goals and contributed 7 assists in 49 appearances, an astonishing return for a player who operated primarily from the wing. His 31 goals in the Premier League obviously secured him the Golden Boot, while his overall tally helped Manchester United lift the Premier League title and the UEFA Champions League. This season also saw Ronaldo begin to assert dominance over games with a relentless consistency. Whether it was his blistering pace, dazzling dribbling, or newfound composure in front of goal, he was simply unstoppable. One of his standout performances came in January 2008, when he scored a superb hat-trick against Newcastle United in a 6-0 demolition, highlighting his explosive finishing and flair. Another unforgettable moment was his gravity-defying free kick against Portsmouth at Old Trafford that left David James rooted, a goal that even rival fans have called one of the greatest ever scored in the Premier League. Ronaldo's impact wasn't just limited to goals. His off-the-ball movement, work rate, and ability to draw defenders created space and opportunities for teammates like Wayne Rooney, Carlos Tevez, and Ryan Giggs. As Sir Alex Ferguson famously noted, Cristiano is a player who can change a game in a heartbeat. He gave us goals, yes, but more than that, he gave us belief. In Europe, Ronaldo was equally decisive. He scored 8 goals in the Champions League, including a crucial header in the quarter-final against Roma and another goal in the final against Chelsea in Moscow. Though he missed his penalty in the shootout, United still triumphed, and Ronaldo's influence on their run to the title was undeniable. His performances earned him a clean sweep of major individual honours: the Ballon d'Or, FIFA World Player of the Year, PFA Player of the Year, FWA Footballer of the Year, and the European Golden Shoe. This was the year Ronaldo transformed from a flair winger into one of the most lethal and complete forwards the game has ever seen. A true generational peak that laid the foundation for a legendary career. 2011-12. Cristiano Ronaldo's 2011-12 season was another extraordinary chapter in his legendary career, as he reached new personal heights and played a crucial role in helping Real Madrid dethrone Barcelona in La Liga. Scoring 60 goals and providing 15 assists in 55 appearances across all competitions, Ronaldo delivered one of the most statistically dominant seasons ever seen in European football. What made this campaign even more impressive was the level of competition. Barcelona, managed by Pep Guardiola and led by Lionel Messi, were arguably at their peak. Yet Ronaldo was unshakable, elevating his game to match, and often surpass, that of his greatest rival. He scored 46 La Liga goals, just behind Messi's record-breaking 50, and was the heartbeat of Jose Mourinho's Madrid side, reaching the magical 100 points which shattered the Spanish league records for points and goals scored in a single season with 121. One of the defining moments came in April 2012 in El Clásico away at Barcelona. Real Madrid had not beaten Barcelona in the league at the Catalan ground since 2007. With the title on the line, Ronaldo silenced the home crowd with a coolly taken winner in a 2-1 victory. His now famous Calma Calma celebration remains one of the most iconic images of his career. "That goal," Ronaldo later said, "was one of the most important of my life. We knew we were going to win the league from that moment." Another standout performance came in the Madrid derby, where Ronaldo scored a hat-trick against Atletico in a 4-1 win, a masterclass in pace, power and precision, capped off with a 35-yard thunderbolt that left the Vicente Calderón stunned. These moments weren't just highlights, they were turning points in a title race defined by intensity and pressure. However, while Real Madrid were historic in the league, their domestic and European Cup campaigns ended in disappointment. In the Copa del Rey, Madrid were eliminated in the quarter-finals by Barcelona. Despite Ronaldo scoring in both legs, a 1-2 home defeat followed by a 2-2 draw away at Barcelona. The aggregate scoreline of 4-3 saw their title, defence cut short. In the Champions League, Madrid reached the semi-finals against Bayern Munich. Ronaldo scored twice in the second leg to level the tie 3-3 on aggregate, but the match went to penalties. In an uncharacteristic moment, he missed from the spot in the shootout, and Madrid were eliminated. Individually, Ronaldo's brilliance earned him a spot in the UEFA Team of the Year and saw him finish second in the Ballon d'Or voting, narrowly behind Messi. His relentless drive, finishing ability, and clutch performances earned praise from Mourinho. Cristiano is not from this planet. His mentality, his hunger, and his consistency are unlike anything I've seen. 2013-14. The record-breaking European conqueror, Cristiano Ronaldo's 2013-14 season marked one of the most complete and dominant campaigns in Champions League history. While he remained prolific across all competitions, this season is particularly remembered for how he elevated Real Madrid on Europe's grandest stage, culminating in the club's long-awaited 10th European crown, La Decima. Across all competitions, Ronaldo recorded 51 goals and 14 assists in 47 appearances, including a staggering 17 goals and 5 assists in the UEFA Champions League, totaling 22 goal contributions, the most ever recorded in a single Champions League season, which of course led Madrid to another Champions League trophy. His European performances were not only record-setting, they were relentlessly clutch and came at every critical juncture of Madrid's journey to the title. There is only one man who has since matched this record. Click here for our video on the Brazilian superstar Rafinha and his incredible season and his hopes for the Ballon d'Or. Domestically, he scored 31 La Liga goals and contributed 9 assists, again finishing second in the Pichichi race behind Lionel Messi. However, Madrid's focus that year was firmly fixed on European glory. In the Copa del Rey, Ronaldo also played a key role in getting Madrid to the final. Although injury kept him out of the famous 2-1 win over Barcelona, he had already netted 3 goals earlier in the tournament. But it was in Europe where Ronaldo reached untouchable heights. From the group stage to the final, he was unstoppable, scoring in nearly every round, including a double against Juventus, a hat-trick versus Galatasaray, and crucial strikes in the knockouts. In the semi-finals against Bayern Munich, he added 2 more in the second leg, with the second, a thunderous low free kick under the wall, putting an exclamation mark on a 4-0 rout at the Allianz Arena. In the final against Atletico Madrid, although he wasn't at his physical best due to injury, Ronaldo still scored the final goal, a penalty in added time, to cap off a 4-1 win and secure La Decima for Madrid. The image of him ripping off his shirt in celebration has become one of the most iconic in the tournament's history. Ronaldo's 17 goals and 5 assists in the 2013-14 Champions League not only shattered the previous goal record, but also set a new benchmark for most goal contributions in a single Champions League season. His performances earned him the UEFA Best Player in Europe award, and he won his second Ballon d'Or, beating Messi and Manuel Neuer. Cristiano Ronaldo's 2014-15 season was another monumental chapter in his career. Statistically, one of his most prolific and arguably his peak in terms of pure goal output. Despite Real Madrid finishing the season without major silverware, Ronaldo delivered a sensational campaign, scoring 61 goals and providing 21 assists in 54 appearances across all competitions. It remains the highest goal tally of his career in a single season, underscoring just how ruthlessly efficient he had become. In La Liga, Ronaldo scored 48 goals in 35 matches, winning the Pichichi Trophy as the league's top scorer and claiming his 4th European Golden Shoe. This total included a staggering 5 hat-tricks in the league alone. His league campaign began explosively and remained consistent throughout, even as Real Madrid struggled with form in the latter stages. One of Ronaldo's finest performances came on May 23, 2015, in the final league game of the season, where he scored 5 goals in a 7-3 demolition of Getafe. It was the second time in his Madrid career that he netted 5 in a single game, the first being against Granada earlier that season. In that Getafe match, Ronaldo demonstrated the full spectrum of his finishing: a bullet header, 2 sharp poacher's goals inside the box, and a classic long-range strike. it was a perfect encapsulation of his evolved playing style, explosive, efficient, and completely lethal in front of goal. Another iconic moment from that season was his hat-trick against Sevilla in early February. At a time when Real Madrid were in a tight title race, Ronaldo delivered under pressure, scoring 3 times in 36 minutes. His blend of power, timing, and movement left defenders constantly scrambling, and he seemed virtually unplayable during this stretch of the season. In the Champions League, Ronaldo continued his strong European form, scoring 10 goals and supplying 4 assists in 12 matches. He was particularly vital in the group stage, where his goals secured narrow wins that helped Madrid top the group. Although they were eliminated in the semi-finals by Juventus, Ronaldo scored in both legs of the tie, including a coolly taken penalty at the Santiago Bernabeu. His determination and reliability on the European stage were again on full display, even if the team fell short. What separated 2014-15 from previous seasons was how complete Ronaldo had become as a forward. He wasn't relying purely on pace anymore. Instead, his intelligence, movement, positioning, and clinical finishing defined his game. He was scoring with both feet, his head, from inside and outside the box, and from set pieces. The Ronaldo of 2014-15 had evolved into the perfect goal machine, arguably at the height of his technical and physical synergy. Even without major team success, his influence on Madrid's performances and morale remained massive. His leadership, drive, and professionalism were unmatched. Characteristics that inspired teammates like Gareth Bale, Karim Benzema, and the emerging younger players in the squad. In retrospect, the 2014-15 season is often remembered as one of Ronaldo's most complete individual campaigns, one where he pushed the limits of what was considered possible for a forward in modern football. His legacy that year wasn't just in the numbers, but in the way he delivered those numbers week in, week out, with an intensity and consistency that has rarely, if ever, been matched. Individually, Ronaldo received the UEFA Best Player in Europe Silver Award and was named to the FIFA World Kunstland, further cementing his status as one of the world's elite players. Beyond the numbers, his leadership, work ethic, and tactical intelligence elevated not just his own game, but also that of his teammates. This season exemplified Ronaldo's perfect blend of physicality, technique, and mental strength, a true high watermark in his career that set a new standard for goal-scoring excellence. Cristiano Ronaldo's 2013-14 season stands out as the pinnacle of his illustrious career, primarily due to his record-shattering Champions League campaign. While he maintained elite standards in the league, registering 31 goals and 9 assists in 30 appearances, it was on the European stage that Ronaldo redefined individual excellence. He scored 17 goals and provided 5 assists in just 11 appearances, a staggering 22 goal contributions, setting a record for the most in a single Champions League season, a feat unbeaten to this day. Ronaldo delivered in every round, hat-tricks, braces, and clutch moments against elite sides like Juventus, Galatasaray, and Bayern Munich. In the semi-finals, his 2 goals against the defending champions in a 4-0 rout in Munich were defining. Even in the final, carrying an injury, he stepped up to score the last goal in a 4-1 extra-time win over Atletico Madrid, securing Real Madrid's long-coveted La Decima. Beyond the numbers, it was the authority with which Ronaldo led Real Madrid that made this season iconic. His performances weren't just prolific, they were transformational, lifting his team in crucial moments. The 2013-14 campaign was Ronaldo at his most dominant, most decisive, and ultimately most legendary,